Hello, and thank you for joining me for today's practice. We are going to focus on the hips in today's practice. So, the first few movements that we're going to do are going to be really focused on strengthening the hips, and then the second part of the practice will focus on doing some stretches for the hips. So, we're going to begin the practice in the table. So I recommend placing two yoga blocks to the front short side of the yoga mat if you have a set, and then place a blanket across the center of your yoga mat so that you just provide a little bit of extra support for the knee joints. So as you arrive, let's do a couple just cat-cow flows. So as you breathe in, let the belly dip down to the floor, lift up chest and chin. And as you're exhaling, press your hands and round your spine. Again, inhale, release the belly down toward the floor, lift up through the heart and chin. And exhale, press the hands and round through the spine. Inhale, come to neutral. Let's place the weight into the right knee and send the left leg back behind you, lifting the leg up into the air. So as the leg lifts, again, dip the belly down to the floor and lift up through the heart. Now, as you exhale, we're going to curl that left knee in toward the left elbow, rounding through the spine. As you inhale, send the left leg back, lift up through the heart and chin. Now keep that left leg straight, but swing it over to the right. Let the ball of the foot tap down. You might even take your chin toward your right shoulder, looking out toward your left heel. Again, same flow. Inhale, float the left leg up, lift the heart. Exhale, curl the left knee in toward the elbow, round through the spine. Inhale, send the left leg back and up. Keep it straight. Swing it over to the right. Let the ball of the foot come down. Take the chin toward the right. One more time. Inhale, lift the left leg, release the belly, lift the heart. And exhale, curl the left knee in and round the spine. Inhale as you send the left leg up, lift the heart, keep the leg straight, swing the left leg over to the right, tap the ball of the foot down. Inhale, float the left leg. Exhale, lower the left knee down. Sway the hips from side to side. Okay, let the weight come into the left knee. Send your right leg up and back. Release the belly and lift the heart. Exhale as you curl your right knee in toward your right elbow and round through the spine. Inhale, send the right leg up and back. Keep the leg straight. Swing the leg over to the left. Let the ball of the foot tap down. Take your chin toward your left shoulder. Inhale, lift the right leg, release the belly and lift the heart. Exhale, curl your right knee in toward your right elbow and round your spine. Inhale, send your right leg up and back, lift through the heart. Exhale, swing the leg over to the left. Last time, inhale, lift the right leg, release the belly and lift the heart. Exhale, curl the right knee to right elbow, round your spine. Inhale, send the right leg up and back. Keep the right leg straight, swing the leg over, and tap the ball of the foot down on the floor. Inhale as your right leg lifts, and then exhale as you set the right knee down and just give a little sway of the hips from side to side. So for a moment, walk the hands in toward the knees. You're going to just come up so that you're standing on the knees, just giving the wrist a break. Going to reach your arms up long by the sides of the face. We're just going to do 3 rounds of cactus arms. So as you exhale, let your elbows bend. Tip your chin slightly upward if it works for your neck. So you open your throat. Inhale, re-extend the fingertips toward the sky. Draw the tailbone slightly down. And then as you exhale, let your elbows bend and lift up through your heart. Lift up through your chin. As you inhale, re-extend the arms back up. And then one last time, exhale as you let your elbows bend, lifting up through the heart and chin. Inhale as you send your fingertips up. Let your hands come down to the floor. You're in table. Take downward facing dog for a moment. So curl the toes, float the knees, and send your sitting bones up to the sky. And then you can just pedal out through your knees and your feet, giving a little stretch to the legs. This will just give our knees a break without having that pressure in the knees like we do in table. Okay, take a breath in. And then as you're exhaling, you're going to come back down onto the knees. Now this time, if you have a block, you're going to catch hold of the block. If you don't have the block, you can do the same exact thing without the block. But if you do have a block, you're going to take it so that the block is on its lowest height, running the same direction as the mat. You're going to place your right forearm and the elbow on the block, and the left hand is going to end up walking a little bit out to the side. You're going to press into your left hand and your right forearm so you feel your chest and your lower belly lift up into the body. And you're going to put your weight into your right knee. You're going to keep your left knee bent, but you're going to lift the left knee open to the side. This is really going to target and strengthen the outer hip. Keep reaching long through the crown of the head. Lower the knee back down. We're going to go back up. So inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale as you lower. Again, inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale as you lower 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. The knee comes all the way down. You're going to come up so that you're on the hands. If you have the block, you're going to switch the block so that you can rest your left forearm on the block or directly on the mat. Take your right hand, move it out to the side. Press into the forearm in the hand and draw your ribs in. Put the weight into your left knee. Keep reaching long through the crown of the head, and inhale, send your right leg open to the side. And exhale, lower the knee toward the floor. Inhale, lift the knee open to the side. And exhale, lower. Inhale, open the knee to the side. Exhale, lower 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale. And exhale. Come back up onto both hands. Gotta give a little sway of your hips from side to side. Gotta come to the center. Ground into the balls of the feet, or curl the toes rather, and lift your knees, come into the downward dog. Okay, walk the toes back maybe an inch or two. We're going to do an earth salutation. So as you inhale, you're going to roll your hips out into plank. So a high push-up position. As you exhale, take the knees to the mat and then press your pelvis toward your heels. You come into the child's pose. Inhale, come back up to the table, curling the toes back under, and then exhale, lift the knees again, come into the down dog. Same flow, so you may need to adjust the toes an inch or two back. Breathe in, roll the hips forward, come into the high push-up, and then as you exhale, let your knees come down, move the pelvis toward the heels, come into the child's. Inhale, rise up to the table, curl the toes under, and exhale, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Okay, walk your toes back an inch or two. One more time, that same flow. So you're going to inhale, come out into plank. Chin is in, gaze is down, crown of the head is reaching forward. Exhale, knees to the mat. Press the pelvis toward the heels, come into the child's. Inhale, table, curling the toes under and lifting the knees, coming into down dog. Now from this downward dog, place the weight into the left ball of the foot. Inhale, send your right heel up into downward facing dog split. Now as you exhale, you're going to curl your right knee into your chest, step your right foot by your right wrist. You can always come to this position from table. Spin the back left heel down, and you're going to rise up to warrior two. So circle sweep your arms, extend the arms out. We're going to flip the palms to face up toward the sky. So take warrior two, but the palms will face up to the ceiling. That's just going to give us this sense of rolling the shoulder blades a little closer together, opening through the collarbones. So bend and straighten the right knee a few times. Great pose to strengthen the feet, ankles, legs, hips. Okay, pause in the warrior two. Keep that right palm flipped up to the sky. Let the left hand come to land on the left thigh as you take the reverse warrior. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And then as you're passing through warrior two, let's cartwheel the arms around. Frame that front right foot, spin off of the back left heel. Now left hand can stay on the floor, or you can place the left hand on the block and slide the right hand up to the right hip and take a twist. So this will start to, of course, stabilize the legs, but then it might provide some mild stretch to that outer right hip, depending on where the muscles feel some tension or restriction. Right hand might go up to the sky. Usually like to take my gaze down toward the left hand. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let the right hand come down. Now we're going to step forward. So move the block forward, press off of the left foot and step forward. Taking halfway lift with the spine, so hands on the blocks or even on the shins, and then exhale as you fold the body into the legs. Inhale, bend your knees and begin to reverse your swan dive. Okay, so we're going to see about putting the weight into the left foot, bringing the right foot up for stork. Now you can always get really close to the blocks and place the right ball of the foot on the block and maybe bring the prayer hands to the heart. Stabilize your gaze and you draw your low ribs in. You might end up floating the right leg up. You're going to take a possible twist. So right hand could come to the hip, left hand comes to the outer right knee, and just a little bit, you'll draw that left leg across the body. Not a huge twist, but just like 2 inches or so. Turn the chest toward the right. You might even end up extending your right arm back behind you. Point the thumb to the sky. Palm faces the right side of the room. Okay, breathe in and out. And then come back to the center. Let your right foot come down. Send your arms up by your ears. Full body extension. As you exhale, bend the knees and fold the body into the legs. Inhale as you take halfway lift with the spine. And as you exhale, take downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let's put the weight into the right ball of the foot. Inhale, send the left heel up into down dog split. Exhale as you curl the left knee in and step the left foot by the wrist and spin the right heel down to the floor. You're going to rise up into warrior two. So as you arrive, shoulders stack over hips. You're going to turn your palms to face up to the sky. Bend and straighten the left knee a few times. Feel the openness across the collarbones. Okay, as the left knee bends, we'll hold there in the warrior two. Keep the left palm facing the sky. Bring the right hand down to the right thigh, taking the reversed warrior. Okay, take another inhale and exhale here. I'm going to pass through warrior two. Bring the hands around, frame the left foot, spin off the right heel, right hand on the floor or the block. Left hand coming up to the hip, or maybe sending that left arm to the sky. Gaze down at the right hand if you like, especially if you're prone to lots of neck tension. Looking down tends to be a little more relaxing for the neck and the head. Take a nice deep full breath in. As you exhale, bring your left hand down. You're going to Press off that right foot, move the block, step the right foot forward, take halfway lift with the spine. Exhale as you fold into the legs. Inhale to reverse the swan dive. Bend the knees, rising all the way up. Now you can put the weight into the right foot. You can always just simply bring the left ball of the foot to the block and hold there, maybe sliding prayer hands into chest. You can also engage a little more through the belly. Maybe bring the left thigh up a little higher. Right hand can then catch hold of the outer left thigh. Left hand can come to the hip. So there's just this sense of drawing the left knee an inch or two to the right as you twist. Maybe the left hand reaches back behind you. So work with the twist. Take your last breath in and out. Okay, inhale as you come back around. Send your fingertips up toward the sky, taking the full body extension, and then exhale, fold the body into the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lift the belly, reach out through the crown of the head, and exhale, coming into downward facing dog. Plant the hands and step the feet back. Take a breath in, and now as you're exhaling, lower your knees down into the table. You're going to keep that right knee down, but you're going to pick up your bent left knee, hooking that left knee behind the right, and moving the feet apart so that you have the cow face legs. You can inch your hands in, an inch or two, and then we're going to start some rocking motion here. It's going to move the pelvis toward the floor, so it gives you a stronger stretch on the outer hip and the low back, and then you're going to rock your hips back up. Exhale, rock the hips back, coming into this version, this cross-leg version of child's pose. One more time, rise up, and then back. Rising up, crossing the left leg from behind the right. As the left knee comes down to the mat, release the belly and lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're going to come into pigeon with the right leg. So you're going to ground into the left ball of the foot and send your right heel nice and high, down dog split. As you exhale, curl your right knee in. You're going to send that right knee toward the right wrist. The right heel is going to line up a little more with the left front hip. You can do a little bit of rocking, maybe rocking out from side to side. And then if you like, you could pause in the center. So you could stay more upright with the body. You can let your body fold forward. Sometimes I like to keep the elbows down, but bring the hands around the forehead so that the heels of the hands are really supporting the forehead. And just take a few rounds of breath here. Okay, take your last round of inhale and exhale. Okay, and you're going to start to slowly come back up. You're going to start to curl those left toes under. Slide the right and left leg together a bit to lift the pelvis, and then step the right foot back either to table or downward dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. From this plank, you want to let your thighs melt down to the floor so that you take a cobra. Just engaging a bit across the the spinal muscles and the gluteal muscles. Breathe in. Exhale, back into table. Okay, so we're going to pick up that bent right knee, hooking it behind the left, and then widen the feet and maybe adjust your hands an inch or two closer in toward the blanket in the body. Then going to move the pelvis back, coming into this crossed leg child's pose position. And then as you inhale, come back up. And then as you exhale, bring the pelvis toward the floor. And then inhale as you come back up. And then as you exhale, move the pelvis back. As you breathe in, come back up, move the feet closer together, uncross the right leg from behind the left. We're going to come into our pigeon, so curl the toes, lift the knees, downward dog. Shift into the right ball of the foot. Inhale, send your left heel up into down dog split. As you exhale, curl your left knee in, and you're going to send the left knee close to the left wrist, and you're going to line up that left heel approximately with the front right hip. And then you can rock a little bit from side to side. You can stay more upright with the body, or eventually you might bring the body down into more of a forward fold. Could support the forehead, or you could just relax the forehead all the way down to the floor. Okay, take your last few moments here. Okay, we're going to start to bring the body back up, taking the hands a little wider than the shoulders and spreading through the fingers. So as you curl your right toes under, you start to draw the left leg and right leg a little toward one another. So you feel the pelvis lift up away from the floor. And you can start to move the left leg back either through table or into down dog. And then from that downward dog, you can come out into plank. Let your thighs melt down toward the floor. Draw your heart through. It could be a very low cobra, by the way, or a little higher. You're just going to give some activation to the back muscles and the gluteal muscles. Breathe in and exhale, downward dog. Spin your heels to the right as you're arriving there in the down dog. Just give a little extra weight into the right hand or an opening across the left. Breathe in, come to the center, and swing your heels over to the left. Bring your heels to the center. Take a breath in. Reach up through the sitting bones. Exhale, lower your knees down. Walk your hands forward. So you're going to keep your hip bones over your knees. Walk your hands to the corners of the mat. Take puppy. Let your heart release to the floor. Keep your forearms and your elbows lifted. Draw your low ribs in. Breathing in. Now. Nice. But you lift the chest a little more away from the floor, sliding those hands back underneath of the shoulders. Swing the legs out to one side, bring the legs to the cross leg shape. Time permits at your home, you can always take meditation. You can come down to your spine for Shavasana. If you're ready to transition from your practice today, you can join your prayer hands at your heart and just sit nice and tall. Let your chin slightly come down toward the chest. The light within me sees and bows to that same light that exists within you. Namaste.